Hello, and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, just a quick update here. Bitcoin has extended a little lower since the last update, and it morphed, in my view, from a three-wave move down. From a five-wave move down into a three-wave move down. So quick recap. In the previous video, I explained to you that it looked like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it did. Okay. And it still is a five-wave move. I have to say though that this that the decline here is now a little bit too long. It is basically too long to be a, let's say, reliable five-wave move. It would be a five-wave move with an extended fifth wave. These do exist. However, it then usually starts to morph into a three-wave move. Or that we're already in the third wave. So I'll try to explain it. Pretty much when the fifth wave gets extended too much, it becomes more probable that the structure is a different one. In this case, it could have been, in our white scenario, which is the bullish one, it could have been three waves down in wave A and a B wave rally and now a C wave down. Or in the yellow scenario, 1, 2, but then the wave 1 is a three-wave move. The wave 2 is weak. We could be in a third wave, but again, it would be a three-wave move, A, B, C, which is why I've added the resistance to the chart where it is, then get another 4-5 pattern. Whatever the microstructure really is in the end, the support area hasn't changed, and that is really what matters. Also, the resistance area I communicated in the last video didn't break, so the situation overall hasn't changed. Bitcoin just has accelerated a little more directly to the downside. I already saw that potential on the chart. That was, however, happened after the last video. So I do provide updates in addition to the video updates in between to our gold members. What I posted sort of after the last update was here that this chart highlighted basically that Bitcoin is moving fast and that the fifth wave seems to be too extended, and that I'm starting to lean towards the idea that we're already in the third wave in yellow, or in the C wave in white. So if we open here you see that that's how it looked like. We talked in the previous video about this five-wave move down, which could have been white wave A or yellow wave 1, but the fifth wave is too extended. So it started to become more probable that we are already in, well, pretty much in the C wave or in the third wave, and that this, what I have labeled here as wave 4, was in fact wave B or wave 2. So the potential was already communicated. I would have needed to see a direct move up, sort of to continue to focus on this scenario we discussed in the last video, but that's how it goes. It didn't do that, so it becomes more probable that we're already in the, let's say, in the next leg down. So it might, it might be helpful to stay up to date with this stuff. Oops, that's the Netflix chart. So back to Bitcoin. So there we go. Again, it could still be a five-wave move. For me, it looks more like in the white count an ABC, okay, or in the yellow count wave 1, wave 2. The third wave should go down a little bit lower than a wave 4 and a wave 5. I'm not really, I don't really, think that the yellow count is an impulse. So I think it would have to be a diagonal anyway. And let's talk about, first of all, the white scenario. In the white count, we are already in the C wave. The blue wave extensions show the common relationship for a C wave, pretty much, Fibonacci extensions. So you can see this could have been an A wave, a B wave, and the C wave has already reached the 100% extension at 60,680. Next support is at 59,890, 59,417, and 58,640. So these are here in blue the relevant Fibonacci extension levels, and these could react or lead to a reaction. If we see a reaction here and see a break above resistance, which is currently located between 61,714 and 63,280, that could actually lead to a move to the upside and the start of a C wave. I do not believe that wave C to the upside of wave 3 in our bullish scenario is unfolding, however, until I see 5 waves above resistance and a 3-wave pullback. Pretty much what I've just shown here in white wave 1, wave 2. I need a 1-2 setup to the upside. That would also be a decent long trade scenario, okay, and setup. Until then, I would say, the trend is down from the Friday high. And as long as rallies remain corrective, I think the yellow count is controlled. In control. I would treat it as if the yellow count is in control until we see a 5-wave move up, break above resistance. Now, obviously, the reward to risk ratio starts to get favorable again for possible long trades, but I haven't seen any evidence yet that a low is in. Now, we know how quickly things in crypto can turn around, but if you're looking for a reliable setup, then it might be wise to wait for a first 1-2 setup to the upside, which could indicate that the C wave to the upside is unfolding in our third wave, which might take us to around about 74K. So in the yellow count, at any point now, this B wave corrective rally could unfold. That's pretty much where I've placed the resistance area. In the yellow count, we shouldn't really see a break above 63,280. And that should give you all the levels really that matter. The C wave in white can break below the blue wave extensions. These are just the most common one. But I have to say, if we do that, it will look more like the yellow count. So yeah, that's what I'm tracking at the moment. And I keep you updated. Pretty much the bottom line is, whatever happens, until I see a 5-wave move up above resistance, I don't have a confirmation that a low is in place. Okay, we might break resistance, but if it's only in 3 waves, it's not a bottoming confirmation. So every word that I say is normally carefully chosen. So if I tell you we need 5 waves above resistance, that's for a reason, because the 3-wave move up above resistance could simply be that we're just extending this wide correction, and all of this might be an A wave and we do this, right? This is possible. Therefore, it needs to be a 5-wave move, because a B wave can't be a 5-wave move. So with the 5-wave move up above resistance, we should have clarity. That's the update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.